So I have a not so secret project. Back when I put my first album out, I had a weird number of people who came up and talked to me afterwards telling me this specific phrase. They would say, oh yeah, I have one that I'm gonna put out too if I just had the money to do it. And I remember the first time that somebody said this, I was like, yeah, that's totally reasonable, that makes sense. You know, I almost went broke, you know, putting this music out. It is a lot of work to get all of these resources that you need. But then it was like the fifth time that somebody said this to me, and I realized that most of the people who were saying it weren't the people who should have been making that excuse. It wasn't, you know, like teenagers and college students who are just like really trying to trudge through. It was like people who are pretty comfortable in their lives that were telling me this. So I decided to challenge myself kind of in response to these comments and see if I could make an album with under $1,000 worth of equipment. My whole goal with this was that to, you know, the people who said this, I could kind of prove that that's not the case. But I also was wondering how many young and aspiring musicians are hearing this same message that they can't make music because they don't have the funds to do so. And I wanted to prove to them as well that you can still make great art without having 10 grand in the bank. So I set out upon this challenge to produce an album with under $1,000 worth of music equipment, and I documented the entire thing on my YouTube channel. In fact, you can find all of the episodes here. While I never actually intended to release these songs, I ended up with some final products that I was super proud of. So I went through the full, you know, mixing and mastering phases myself. I made this cohesive finished project, and I was just surprisingly proud of it. So a few months ago, I decided that I was actually gonna release this project. You might have seen the videos about me making this, you might not have. Maybe you follow me on socials and you don't follow the YouTube channel and you don't kind of know about this side of what Ragged Oak is. But I've been working on this since February of 2024 and it is done. So kind of in line with the whole nature of this project, this album is titled Less Than One. It is 4 full-length tracks and then these really, really cool instrumental transitions that kind of build a through line through this project and help tell this narrative that I'm really excited to share with you. A quick thing about this project is that it will not be on streaming. It's not going to be on Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon or any of that. And I will be putting up a full video just about why it's not coming to streaming in a few weeks. But in order to get this album, you will have to get some form of physical media, or you'll have to get a friend to get some physical media and share it with you. So I guess you could go halvesies or tensies in order to get this record. The ways to get this album include thumb drives, cassette tapes, vinyls, and prints. So you can actually just get a print of the album and that will come with a digital download code, as every single one of these does. They all will come with a digital download, and once you have it, you actually own this album. While with streaming, you're technically just leasing the rights to play music. When you get this, it's yours. You can do whatever the heck you want with it. I don't care. It belongs to you now. It's my really weird art project and I hope that you enjoy it. It was really important to me that just as this project kind of tried to attain something that was really, really honest and tangible, that the release of this project would be the same way. So I really want you to be able to hold something in your hands, to have some form of actually connecting to this piece, and that's part of why I'm doing it this way. Anyway, this album, Less Than One, my second Ragged Oak album, officially drops on February 8th, but pre-orders are open right now as you're watching this video. So if you head to raggedoak.com, you can now pre-order this in all of the forms that I just mentioned to make sure that you get it right after it drops. Or if you are a Patreon patron, the download is available to you right now. I am really excited for this release. I am super proud of this project, both in terms of the music and these pieces of physical media for you to hold in your hands are absolute works of art too. I've worked with a local artist who has made some beautiful artwork for these and I cannot wait to share them with you. I will be putting out a couple more videos in the Less Than One series, both about the final steps of touching up and mixing and mastering these songs, as well as creating these really cool transition pieces that run between each track that kind of cement what I've found to be a really authentic and emotional narrative. So please follow and subscribe to get updates as we get closer to the release and we have more content to give you. Head to raggedoak.com in order to pre-order this album, and you can also preview all of the songs there now as well. Once again, I cannot wait to share this with you. I can't wait to tell you more about the whole process behind this project, and I hope that you will check out my second album, Less Than One.